Waukees big Silverado and crossover event. Through the end of the month, save over 25% off select new 18 Silverado Crew Cab All-Stars. New 18 Silverado Double Cab 4x4 All-Star, only $19.99 due at signing. Includes all taxes and fees. $349 per month. New 18 Trax, only $19.99 due at signing. Includes all taxes and fees. $249 per month. New 18 Equinox LT, only $19.99 due. Includes all taxes and fees. $249 per month. It's truck time at Schottenkirk Chevrolet on the west end of Hickman, Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevrolet.
Miss your hometown clothing store? The one that had it all? Everything to get the work done, all in one place? G&L Clothing is your hometown Iowa store. Stop in and see us. Or we're only a click or phone call away. Family owned for nearly a century. G&L Clothing. 1801 Ingersoll, Des Moines.
G&L Clothing. Your size, your style, we've got it all.
Here's to everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields. Here's to...
Hi, Ron here, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car's on the injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible. I know that. That's why you need to bring it here to Westside Auto Pros. I have a team of experts that can fix almost every automotive injury, whether it's a fractured joint, a brake, or if your car just got its bell rung, no problem. We can even do a complete physical on your car to make sure it's game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get it back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging it back here. Let's move it, move it, move it.
Building a strong community doesn't happen overnight. It takes a vision for the future, the ability to turn a challenge into a success, and individuals who inspire new generations of growth. Greater Des Moines has done a lot of growing over the years, and so have we. At Brick Gentry Law, your success is something that we create together. Thank you for making us a part of your community. Thank you for 50 years. Building
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
Welcome to Fairway, where we're not a mega food, fashion, fitness, you name it center. For 80 years, we've been your neighborhood meat and grocery store, focused on cutting you the highest quality meats for your backyard barbecue, providing the freshest ingredients for your summer salad, and making sure your shopping trip is as easy and sweet as Grandma's blueberry pie. So while others try to put it all under one roof, at Fairway, we put our all into meat and grocery. Welcome to
Fairway. They just have to get their feet here on the pavement and be. Being in Des Moines, you just get it through the experience.
I'm a fan of a lot of our fast, casual cuisine.
A little theater, some great restaurants.
There's a lot going on musically.
If you can't find things to do in Des Moines,
you must be boring.
This is a magical place.
All you have to do, you just have
This
to get
is Iowa, and here we don't just dream, we make history by nearly doubling our clean energy as part of our 100% renewable vision. With this, our energy costs will remain some of the lowest in the nation. We'll create new jobs and boost economic growth. Our air will be cleaner, our state stronger, and together we'll advance this country's energy future forever. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service. This is
Silverado and crossover event. Through the end of the month, save over 25% off select new 18 Silverado Crew Cab All-Stars. New 18 Silverado Double Cab 4x4 All-Star, only $19.99 due at signing. Includes all taxes and fees. $349 per month. New 18 Trax, only $19.99 due at signing. Includes all taxes and fees. $249 per month. New 18 Equinox LT, only $19.99 due. Includes all taxes and fees. $249 per month. It's truck time at Schottenkirk Chevrolet on the west end of Hickman, Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevrolet
Is your
Waukee.
hometown clothing store the one that had it all? Everything to get the work done, all in one place? G&L Clothing is your hometown Iowa store. Stop in and see us, or we're only a click or phone call away. Family owned for nearly a century. G&L Clothing, 1801 Ingersoll, Des Moines.
G&L Clothing. Your size, your style, we've got it all.
Everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Iowa Boys High School All-Star Soccer match this afternoon here on CISN.TV. Dar Danielson with you as we get ready for some high school soccer, the final high school soccer matches of the year here at the All-Star Games as the championships have been decided. For the boys, the championships went like this. Iowa City Regina defeated Des Moines Christian 2-1. Pella defeated Storm Lake 3-2. And then Waukee defeated Bettendorf Morningstar Rivermont 3-0. June 2nd at County Soccer Stadium here, just a ways to our east, where those championships were held. And today we'll see some of the seniors that played in those championship games, or the tournament games, I should say. Some did play in the championship games. And it'll be East versus West here, with the East coming, I think, what is Divine Line, 935. And we'll see some firepower today here on these two teams. Most notably, Ben Webster, Des Moines Christian, comes into this with 61 goals, 35 assists on the season. And that includes 6 goals that he scored during the state tournament run and 3 games of the state tournament. Also for the West, Connor James of Lewis Central comes in with 19 goals. Brock Hawkins of North Polk has 17 goals and 11 assists coming in. On the other side of that, for the East, Gladbrook Rhinebeck's Walker Tatey comes in with 16 goals, 4 assists. Matthew Yeager of Newton leads the team there, the East Boys squad, with 27 goals and 6 assists. 16 goals and 3 assists for Joe Bacon. Or excuse me, that's 1 goal, not 16. I misread that. So some firepower there. Looks to be, and Vance Bartlett, I should mention, the Benton community, 20 goals and 8 assists here as I try to read my own handwriting. But so there's firepower on the other side, too. It'll be interesting to see how Ben Webster, Des Moines Christian, does today here in this all-star game. And we'll have from the largest classes to the smallest classes here, the 3 classes of soccer. We'll see players from both of those teams here today as they're out warming up. Now, right now at Valley Stadium, 93 is the air temperature. Feels like 99 with the heat index out here, although there is a bit of a breeze, which always makes it a little nicer here. And we're in the press box high above you, looking, as you see there, that's the view from the west side where our camera is in the press box. And we do get a little more of a breeze higher up, it seems like. And on the field, imagine it's got to be over 100 degrees down there on the turf here, but a beautiful stadium to play in. And then this game is, we have this game this afternoon, and then tonight the Des Moines Menace are back in action here in their PDL League matchup with Thunder Bay, the Chill. They'll play tonight here. So we're going to be interesting to see how this works out, how the heat ends up impacting these players here as we go through. And if it's like the tournament games, during the tournament games they took a water break halfway between each half just as a precautionary measure to give the players a little extra water. And then, of course, that was playing on grass, too, at County, which you are a little bit cooler playing on the grass than you are playing on the turf there. The head coach for these teams, the East Boys head coach will be Zach Jensen of Newton, and Dan Webster of Des Moines Christian will be the head coach for the West boys. And they're all getting ready here for the starting lineups. And we'll be introducing those to you here in just a minute as the fans are filing in for this high school all-star matchup. And we are just about ready for the starting lineups. And the Iowa High School Soccer Coaches Association choosing these all-star teams. And provide everyone out there watching in a chance to see these high school players in their last high school soccer match here. And they're getting ready for starting lineups down on the field. And we'll introduce those to you as we get to it here. And a good crowd coming in to see this matchup. It's always kind of interesting how this plays out when you have players who, some have probably played together on some club teams and things outside of the high school, but the players don't get a lot of chances, these players, to play together with each other. And of course, when you have different classes too. And then, so as I say, it's interesting to see how they work out together. Looks like they're doing the coin flip there. And to determine who will, you win the flip and you get a chance to pick which end you will defend. And the way the wind is going, looks like it's blowing out of the south straight to the east for this matchup, and might be a little bit of a factor. So if you want to go with the wind in the first half, you would go to the north and defend the south goal here at Valley Stadium. As they get ready to line up. Had a game last night, an exhibition game, the Menace in Nebraska. A little cooler, believe it or not. That game started at 7:30. And by the time the Menace started, it might be a little cooler. Wasn't much, though, 91 degrees. And again, as I said here, 93 with feels like 99 and not many clouds in the sky to shield the sun off the field. And we're just waiting for them to come out with the starting lineups. And here we go. Your East squad will be in the blue jerseys to the on the right of your screen right now, and the West squad will be in the red jerseys. And we'll introduce them to you here. Just a second. A warm day in West Des Moines at Valley Stadium.
Let's introduce the players for today's all-star match.
And here we go.
For the East team in blue, number 0 from Denver, Bo McMahon.
Bo McMahon, the keeper.
From Iowa Mennonite, Isaiah Swans.
Isaiah Swans, Iowa Mennonite.
3 from Marion, Alex Whalen.
Alex Whalen from Marion.
Number 4 from Hudson, Tristan Gillis.
Tristan Gillis from Hudson.
Number 5 from Cedar Rapids Kennedy, Alex Stone.
Alex Stone from Cedar Rapids Kennedy.
From Solon, Nick Radcliffe.
Nick Radcliffe from Cedar Rapids Kennedy.
7 from Iowa City West, Ahmed Abdallah.
Ahmed Abdallah from Iowa City West.
From Gladbrook, Rhinebeck, Walker Thady.
Walker Thady
Number 9 from Grinnell,
from Gladbrook Rhinebeck. Palmer Schulte from Grinnell. Danny Peak from Linmar. Joe Bacon from Pella. Vance Bartelt from Benton Community. Julio Salgado from Washington. Matthew Yeager from Newton. Mason Ashton from Mount Pleasant. Boston Riley from Cedar Rapids Prairie. And from Cedar Rapids, Jeff Cody Christofferson. Zach Jensen, the head coach of Newton. His assistant, John Carpenter of Newton. And here's the West team. TJ Clucky from Adel DeSoto Minburn. Javier Huerta from Council Bluffs Abe Lincoln. He'll be the keeper. Jack Nuri from Ankeny here in the Metro. Marcus Rosenbeck from Dallas Center Grimes. Isak Hawson from Sioux City West. Drew Vogie from Harlan. Connor Wallace from Waukee, the state champions in 3A. Micah Sarlett Poole from Norwalk. Brock Hawkins from Norfolk. Colton Earlbeck from Carroll Kemper Catholic. Kevin Duque from Storm Lake. Jose Juarez from Carroll. Preston Petticord from Johnston. Connor James from Lewis Central. Ben Webster from Des Moines Christian. Blake Von Essen from Glenwood. Rudy Herrera from Avoca Hancock Shelby Tennant Walnut. The head coach, Dan Webster of Des Moines Christian, assisted by Mark Peterson, Scott Niles, and Jaron Rubin, his staff from Des Moines Christian. Sean Geiza, the center. Jared Nelson. And now let's pause for our national anthem. There's our national anthem, and you could hear the wind blowing through the mic there from outside. Tell that it is a little bit breezy up here in the press box, up above the field a little bit. And the nice thing for the fans is the press box shades this west side of the field for them. So while it is a day where you need to drink a lot of water and stay cool, you get a little bit of shade here on this side. As players and coaches all greet each other, we get ready for soccer here on CISN.TV. And Bo McMahon for Denver will be the goalkeeper for the squad. Javier Huerta will be the keeper for the West there. Looks like Connor Wallace, Ben Webster up front for the West. And the West will get the ball first. When we're ready to kick it off. Preston Petticourt also up there. And here we go. We're underway with the All-Star matchup, the boys high school. They'll drop it back to Blake Von Essen. He sends it over to Marcus Rosenbeck. He'll bring it to the left side. Up ahead. Now sent outside to Connor Wallace. Wallace up ahead, through for Ben Webster. Webster in there, knocked through. Goal! Isake Hassan of Sioux City West gets the goal.
West goal by number 5 out of Sioux City West, Isak Hassan.
Hassan gets the goal. About 50 seconds in here. So they strike quickly. And now pressure. Vance Bartlett sends it outside. And he's pressured there by Petticourt. It is the East and the Blue. Now taken away by Brock Hawkins. And here comes the West. Or East again, rather. I'll figure out the colors here eventually. Up to Alex Stone of Kennedy. He leaves it up the sideline for Ahmed Abdallah. He tries to drop it back, but it's taken away by Kevin Duque. Into the middle, there's Duque. Pushes it up ahead. It's going to go too far. And it'll be handled back there by the keeper. Bo McMahon. Comes the East. Trailing early. Outside with it. Cuts it back in. Alex Stone. Duque gets it out of there, sends it ahead. Out wide to Isake Hassan.
Fans, you'll notice our game clock is counting up for today's game. We'll be playing at 2 40-minute halves. At the end of 80 minutes, if the game is still tied, we will go directly to shootout.
And looks like they're going to get a sub here as got an injury on the far side over there. And coming in is Mason Ashton from Mount Pleasant. think that was Nick Radcliffe of Solon who had a little injury trouble going out. So here's the East again, working with it, trailing now. Alex Stone. Now they'll go up the left side. And that'll be pushed out over there. Cody Christofferson on the far side for the East. Cedar Rapids Jefferson product. And back out. Here's the West trying to get it out of deep in their own end. Send it over to Rosenbeck. Headed ahead by Ben Webster. Over to Connor Wallace. And Wallace tries to keep it alive, does. And then it's cleared out by Joe Bacon of Pella. And here's Ben Webster to throw it in, and it's headed out of there again. That'll stay with the West squad. The West leading 1-0 here. And the official wants him to come back up the field a little bit. Here's the throw. Trying to throw it long in the box, and Webster did get ahead on that, but was handled by the defender. And the East will bring it back through. Having some trouble turning that ball around. Pressure there. And another goal by Esau Clausen once again.
Goal for West. Number 5 out of Sioux City West, Esau Clausen.
Esau Clausen with his second goal. He came into this with 6 goals, 2 assists, and now has 2 goals here in the All-Star game as just 6 minutes in. The West has scored immediately, and I think they've been keeping an eye on Ben Webster and Connor Wallace over there for the West, and Esau Clausen on the other side has made him pay with 2 goals. Well, let's see if the East can get something going now. Trying to break that back line. There's Matt Yeager. Newton. Go up to Ben Webster. Webster sends it to the middle. You've got Connor Wallace out to the left. And Duque battling in the middle there. Still going is Vance Bartlett. Send it outside. That's Tristan Gillis of Hudson. He takes a shot off the backside of a defender. And now knocked down by the East. Alex Whalen, the Marion, brings it in. Now tries to go outside with it and kind of miss-hit there on the turf. Over to Tristan Gillis. They'll send it across to Alex Stone. Stone sends it outside as a reverse field. Over to Matthew Yeager. Newton, he sends it high toward the keeper. He'll go up high, and they can't get it, but it'll go out for a goal kick. For the West, Javier Huerta, the keeper back there for the West. Up ahead to Brock Hawkins. Hawkins battling with Mason Ashton on the far side. And it'll be a throw in for the West. That'll stay with the West again as they're moving it back deep into their own end. Looking toward the final third here as they lead already Nice pass down low, and they tried to bring it back in. Did Ben Webster. And here comes the East again. Up to Alex Stone. Stone looks across the field, goes toward the middle, a little too much there. He's looking for Ahmed Abdallah of Iowa City West. And again, it's trying to get that knowing where your teammates are going to be. Haven't played with a lot of these guys a lot of time here. Joe Bacon, or excuse me, that was Kevin Duque for the West that controlled that and dropped it back. Now up ahead, the East. Leaves it off outside, but the defender steps in. Isak Hassan right there. He's the guy that scored the 2 goals already. Little back heel by Connor Wallace. Now Wallace will try to run it down. And good defending there. It'll be a corner. And Wallace looks like he's hurting a little bit. Joe Bacon, Pella defending, and I guess that was a goal kick. It won't be a corner. And Connor Wallace, Waukee, trouble with that left foot. You know, the trainer coming out, and they're going to help him over. Connor James of Lewis Central will come in for Connor Wallace. Here's the East now. Trying to move it over. Muscling through there. It's Preston Petticord. They'll call a foul on that and give that to East, I believe. A little too heavy a pressure. Four defenders back deep for the West. Nick Radcliffe sends it up ahead. Outside to Alex Stone. Stone, double team, gives it up. Into the middle for Vance Bartlett. Bartlett back to Yeager. Leaves a Bacon. Nice little look over and a turn, and the shot will go wide. But good little give and go in there. And I'm sorry, that was Ahmed Abdallah. Got it to Yeager. And now a couple new players coming in. Gillis going out and Stone going out. Looks like Walker Tatey of Gladbrook in there. And also Danny Pink of Linmar in for the East squad. Up ahead. Again, still battling for it. Oh, was looking for the hat trick, but it hits off the post. Isak Hassan. And it'll be a corner kick for the East. Or excuse me, for the West. So it looks like Jose Juarez of Carroll going over to take the corner, the first corner of the match here for either team. Swing it out and caught easily by the keeper, Bo McMahon. He sends it up the field to Walker Tatey. Back in there, Danny Peak. Drops it back. Now take it away. Brock Hawkins. And that'll be a corner for the West. Swing it out. Handled by the East. Run down over there, but now the East comes away with it. Into the middle. Back in. Oh, looking for the give and go there between Julio Salgado and Ahmed Abdallah. Knocked down by Walker Tatey. Oh, and Abdallah didn't see him there. Again, one of those things where, no, Abdallah just not working his teammates very much. Connor James, there he is with it. And that'll go out to the West. Marcus Rosenbeck gives a big left foot up ahead. And Drew Vogie is on the other end of it. Now back the other way. Cody Christopherson for the East. Sends it up ahead. Preston Petticord. But with that lead, the West dropping back, it's going to be hard to break the line back there to get through for the East, trailing here early in this one. And sometimes it depends on these all-star games. Sometimes you see a whole bunch of scoring. Sometimes you see very little. A couple goals early here for the West. Battling for it. And finally picked up by the keeper, Brock Hawkins. Over there battling for the West. That'll go out to the East with the throw in. Handled there by Danny Peak. Peak sent it up the left side on his horse, and it'll be cleared out of there by Jack Nuri of Ankeny. And Palmer Schulte of Grinnell is in for the East. I think Ben Webster came back in for the West. Set up in the middle. Up ahead. Can he turn on it? He tries to. Two defenders all over him there was Ahmed Abdallah. He's still battling for it, but the West clears it out. Headed back in, looking for Abdallah. But Isaiah Swantz of Iowa Mennonite, or excuse me, Jack Nuri of Ankeny cleared it out of there. Oh, almost, Walker Tatey almost had a chance to turn on that one to the goal. Couldn't get it. Now here comes the West. Gets by Jose Juarez. Sent it deep. Headed up by Palmer Schulte. Into the middle, but knocked down by Preston Petticord. for the West as they're pushed way back. And that one's going to roll out the back for a goal kick. And we'll have Connor Earlbeck of Kemper Catholic coming back in. And looks like Kevin Duque is back in there for the West. It's over the head of Ben Webster. That's going to roll back all the way back to the keeper. Here. 2-0 West as we're halfway through the first half. Up ahead, and the keeper will get to that. Ben Webster was on the horse trying to get there, but instead, Bo McMahon, the keeper, takes it. And that'll go to the East. Free kick. Lob it up ahead there to Julio Salgado. Inside, now back out. Trying to work something against this defense. They sent it down to the corner, but nobody there. And again, little miscommunication between the two, and I think we're going to take a break here with just about 21 minutes gone. A water break halfway through the first half. And it's been 2 goals by Esau Clausen from Sioux City West to make it 2-0. The West over the East.
Fans at our first water break of the afternoon.
We'll take a break and come back with more after.
2,
well,
East All-Stars 0.
Yep. Okay, we got a break coming up here. We'll be back with more after this on CISN.TV.
Miss your hometown clothing store? The one that had it all? Everything to get the work done, all in one place? G&L Clothing is your hometown Iowa store. Stop in and see us. Or we're only a click or phone call away. Family owned for nearly a century. G&L Clothing, 1801 Ingersoll, Des Moines.
G&L Clothing, your size, your style, we've got it all.
Miss your hometown
Silverado and crossover event through the end of the month. Save over 25% off select new 18 Silverado Crew Cab All-Stars. New 18 Silverado Double Cab 4x4 All-Star, only $19.99 through its signing. Includes all taxes and fees. $349 per month. New 18 Trax, only $19.99 through its signing. Includes all taxes and fees. $249 per month. New 18 Equinox LT, only $19.99 due. Includes all taxes and fees. $249 per month. It's truck time at Schottenkirk Chevrolet on the west end of Hickman, Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevrolet Waukee.
Community doesn't happen overnight. It takes a vision for the future, the ability to turn a challenge into a success, and individuals who inspire new generations of growth. Greater Des Moines has done a lot of growing over the years, and so have we. At Brick Gentry Law, your success is something that we create together. Thank you for making us a part of your community. Thank you for 50 years. Building a strong community doesn't.
Here at Valley High School, the boys' high school soccer all-star matchup. The West squad has scored 2 goals here. Esau Hawson, about 50 seconds in, scored the first goal. And then he got another one 6 minutes in. And that's where we stand at the first water break, halfway through the first half here. As the West squad, they're in the red on your screen. It jumped out early, and East trying to figure that out now. It's tough when you get down 2 goals early to try to come back, and just trying to get one on the board here. And of course, a little tougher too. You're working with guys that you don't work with all the time, and you're trying to figure out where they're going to be when you set that pass in there, and sometimes you send the pass and they're not where you thought they'd be if they were like your regular teammate, and this one will go a corner. Now for the West. The third corner of the match for the West. I think the East thought it was going to be a goal kick, but it'll be a corner, so they'll have to drop back quickly here. Dar Danielson with you on CISN.TV. Thanks for watching this afternoon. And this Father's Day weekend, here's an outswinger headed toward the goal there as Ben Webster got up, but didn't get a lot of juice on that. And the keeper is able to get it easily here. Knocked down by Connor James of Lewis Central. And Austin sends it toward the keeper again, and he'll send it out. That's the East and the Blue. They're trying to get up ahead and get something going. Isaiah Swantz from Iowa Mennonite on the far side. He's got Ahmad Abdallah. There's Abdallah, and he tried to drop it back, but defender steps in. Was Rudy Herrera of Avoca Hancock Shelby Tennant Walnut. East battling now. Micah Sarlot Pool from Norwalk dumps it out of there. And here's the East again. They've had possession. They get it deep, but breaking that back line and getting a goal has been tough here as they trail early. Looking for Abdallah in the middle again. Can't quite get it to him. Back on the counter comes the West. And they'll send it hard, and they're looking for that quick breakaway. If it's not there, then it gets through, and here the keeper will boot it back out. Knocked down again. And by Duque. Duque up ahead. He's got a couple guys to his left, one to his right. Gets it over to the right side to Webster. Webster back. Battle for it. Over to Webster, and he tries the left foot, and it's going to be too much. Too high, too long, and it'll go out the back for a goal kick. And we'll see more subs here for the West. I'll try to run them down for you here. As we go through. Here's the East now with the ball, trying to advance it, build it up, take it away, and back to the keeper once again. .93 here is what we started with. Feels like around 99 though. It's a bit of a breeze, but the heat index is high today. And up ahead, now back outside. They were looking inside there to Salgado. Now they come over to Walker Tatey. Tatey into the middle, just a little too far. Ben Webster settles it, turns it, but let's drop back by the East. Esau Cawson. Here comes the East into the middle. Abdallah. Vance Bartlett. Abdallah one-on-one. Oh, the keeper comes out, makes a great play. Javier Huerta. Hasn't got a lot of action back there today, but that time came out and made the perfect play on that against Abdallah. Shut off what has been the most promising attack for East here so far. This East squad trailing 2-0. And that one will go out. Abdallah handles it. Inside, now he'll go up the sideline. Danny Peak with it. Up to Abdallah. Back to Peak in the middle. East moves over trying to get something going. Oh, dropped it through there. But Walker Tatey couldn't get around in time. Lawson there with it, drops it back. And East regains, oh, he's looking upfield and take it away. Brock Hawkins. Well, that's another issue too. You're trying to figure out on your own team, you kind of know by this time of the year where your teammates are going to be on the field and that, but not playing with these guys all the time. Sometimes you're looking up trying to figure it out. You put that pass in there, and the connection or thinking that comes natural with your normal high school teammates, a little bit different here in the All-Star game. But we'll see if the East can put something together here with the talent they have. Chance to get back on the board. Up outside. Through. Can he turn it? He does, gives it back. Oh, she needed a quick shot there. Couldn't get to it. And comes East the other way. Send it up, or west rather. Brock Hawkins. Tried to send it back for his teammate Ben Webster there. Now here comes the East again. Danny Peak trying to run through. Does, turns, oh, couldn't quite. Matthew Yeager, if he could have settled that and turned on it, the keeper was coming out. He had had a good look at the goal, but defender did a good job of shading him back there too. Outside, Salgado. He sends it over, and the shot goes whisked wide. Oh, Salgado, a nice looking delivery into the middle there. And the shot will go just wide for the East squad. And that was Yeager of Newton. Rosenbeck and Dallas Center Grimes, one of the defenders back there. Now taken away by Tatey. Also back there defending, Blake Von Essen of Glenwood, doing a good job in that middle, the two middle backs back there. They send it through again, and they'll try to clear it out. Salgado. And it'll stay with the East. So the East putting a little pressure on here. And they'll get a substitute coming in. It looks like Salgado will get a rest. That was Tristan Gillis of Hudson who came in for Salgado. They have numbers on the back of those shirts they're wearing for the All-Star jerseys. They don't have them on the front, so I got to wait sometimes for them to turn around until I figure out who everybody is. And offside call on the East. And the first offside call here in this first half of this match. Now 10 minutes to play in the first half. East in this, after the water break, they've come out and played a little more attacking. Had a couple chances there. The goal, unable to put one on the back of the net. Looking for the through ball. He'll stop. Turn and back in the middle, but the defender's right there, as that was Brock Hawkins of North Polk. Caught him on the run in. Now more subs coming in for both the East and the West. Everybody's played now, I believe, except for the extra goalie for the West. Here's the West throwing it in. Colton Earlbeck comes up top to Tristan Gillis. Sends it in the middle. Up ahead, here comes the East. That's Alex Stone, Cedar Rapids Kennedy. He's on the move, trying to get by the defender and knocked out of there by Jack Nuri of Ankeny. Good piece of defending there. And the East will throw it in on the far side. Getting another substitute here for the East. Mason Ashton will go out. Get a little rest. Oh, in and couldn't quite get it over. He does, I guess. He'll run it down. Send it back, and that's on the top of the net behind the crossbar on the shot by Walker Tatey. Well, a good try there coming back. Needed a little more bend, and then you got the wind. The wind breeze you can hear a little bit, and the mic coming through there would be pushing that down probably a little bit. 8 minutes to play here. You'll notice here the clock counting up. In high school generally count down, but here it's counting up as the clock they use for the Menace and the PDL. And they have a game coming up tonight against Thunder Bay. The Menace, Des Moines Menace, are undefeated in the PDL, and the big matchup tonight with Thunder Bay after this one. If you want to watch that, you can see that here on CISN.TV too. Wide for the West. Coming in, and that'll be a goal kick. Yes. Defender was right there for the East. Seen some red faces and some sweat in the jerseys here for these two teams as it's hot out there. Alex Whalen American back on defending that time, and a good job for the East. Battle for the ball, scramble for it. East comes away with it. Up ahead. Send it out wide to the left. Bring it across. Short shot is wide. Sometimes you got to try that long when you aren't able to break that back line, and that was Danny Peek of Linmar. He's going to go out and get a little rest here with about 6 minutes to play in the first half. 2-0 West on two Isak Hawson goals for the West. One about 50 seconds in, the other one around 6 minutes in. He scored early, took an early lead, and the East, we said they took a water break halfway through this first half, and the East has played pretty well, attacked quite a bit here since that break, and has played a little tougher. And it comes in, Connor Wallace. Good to see him back in there after going out with an injury early on. There he is, right foots it across the field, but nice job of stepping in there. Joe Bacon into the passing lane. Bacon battling over there with Jose Juarez. And now the East will get it back. East needs a big play out of somebody here before the end of the half. Get him on the board, at least try to have this. Here we go, on the horse, up the left side. Cutting in, and it'll be knocked out. He'll give up the corner instead of letting him go one-on-one there. Defending, I think it was Colton Earlbeck back there, and so it'll be the first corner of the match for the East. And we'll see what they can do off the set piece here. Alex Stone out of Cedar Rapids Kennedy will go over. He's got 9 goals, 15 assists on the year. And here we are. They've got Matthew Yeager right down in front of the goal. And that one comes in and is knocked away by Colton Earlbeck. And that'll go back out to the West. So dropped in just where nobody from the East could get ahead on it. We're down to 4 minutes to go here, first half in the boys high school all-star match. Scramble out there, and Joe Bacon will just drop it back to the keeper, Bo McMahon. He'll get it back up to Bacon. Bacon up to Alex Stone. Stone sends it outside as they try to build it up from the back here, trying to get a goal here in the final 2.5. Up to Julio Salgado. Salgado. Oh, and right into the defender. Just the timing, you could see that they made their run, but the pass just a little late there, and the defender's able to step in. Again, that's something, working with new teammates and trying to get that timing down. We'll see if the East, if that develops a little more here for them. And for the West, they came out and scored early, got attacked early, and that ended up being good for them. As they'll keep playing. Jose Juarez over to Brock Hawkins. Now to Connor Wallace. Wallace sends it wide and back over. Trying to get to on the far side there to Duque, I think it was. And he can't run it down. Or excuse me, that was Connor James. And now back to the keeper. Throws it up ahead. Cody Christofferson. And now the West just knocking everything down, not letting the East get a chance here to mount something. Now they drop it over the top. Julio Salgado. 4-on-4. Up ahead. Oh, trying to get it back over, but not wide enough. He's trying to get it to Gillis. Staying with it, the East is. Alex Stone sends it out wide. And that will be wide of the goal. And a goal kick. Final minute and a half of the first half. Dar Danielson with you on CISN.TV. Thanks for watching this afternoon in this high school all-star game. Happy to bring it to you here on CISN.TV. We'll bring you the Menace game tonight and then keep watching our schedule. Next weekend, the girls' high school all-star game. So if you have somebody from your school, too, that's playing there, or grandpa and grandma want to let them know out of town, they could watch us for free, streaming on your device or online. And battle over there and go to the ground, but we'll get back up. No foul, no harm, no foul. There's 40 seconds to go in the first half. East will need to get it up the field in a quick strike, and that's not going to happen, does it look like? So West kicks it back. In the middle, Salgado. Again, trying to shoot it outside for Gillis. Maybe he needs to get a little wider on his run. Find some more room. Alex Stone. He'll send it wide. Still playing, even though the clock's hit 40. There we go. That'll be the half.
The score at the half, West All-Stars 2, East All-Stars 0.
2-0 West here at the half at Valley Stadium. Esau Cawson with 2 goals for the West early on in the match. The first 6 minutes he's had 2 goals, and we'll take a break here as Two teams go over and get a little water, talk some halftime strategy, come back out, and the East has a little work to do to even this up. So we'll take a break and come back with more after this on CISN.TV.
Where we're not a mega food, fashion, fitness, you name it center. For 80 years, we've been your neighborhood meat and grocery store, focused on cutting you the highest quality meats for your backyard barbecue, providing the freshest ingredients for your summer salad, and making sure your shopping trip is as easy and sweet as Grandma's blueberry pie. So while others try to put it all under one roof, at Fairway, we put our all into meat and grocery. Welcome to Fairway.
Here on the pavement in B. Being in Des Moines, you just get it through the experience.
I'm a fan of a lot of our fast, casual cuisine.
A little theater, some great restaurants.
There's a lot going on musically.
If you can't find things to do in Des Moines,
You must be boring.
this is a magical place.
All you have to do, you just have to get their feet.
And here, we don't just dream, we make history by nearly doubling our clean energy as part of our 100% renewable vision. With this, our energy costs will remain some of the lowest in the nation. We'll create new jobs and boost economic growth. Our air will be cleaner, our state stronger, and together, we'll advance this country's energy future forever. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Silverado and crossover event through the end of the month. Save over 25% off select new 18 Silverado Crew Cab All-Stars. New 18 Silverado Double Cab 4x4 All-Star, only $19.99 due at signing. Includes all taxes and fees. $349 per month. New 18 Trax, only $19.99 due at signing. Includes all taxes and fees. $249 per month. New 18 Equinox LT, only $19.99 due. Includes all taxes and fees. $249 per month. It's truck time at Schottenkirk Chevrolet on the west end of Hickman, Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevrolet.
Here at West Des Moines Valley, the boys high school all-star soccer matchup. Thanks for joining us this afternoon on CISN.TV. Isak Hausen has scored 2 goals in the first 6 minutes. First one coming in the first minute, about 50 seconds in, he scored. And then the second one about in the 7th minute. And that's the way it is here at half. No more scoring for the West, I should say, 2-0. And the East did mount a little charge there after they got the water break. They came out and had a couple shots at it, but unable to get on the board yet here. And we're at halftime. And kind of interesting, you looked at it and you see for the West, they got a player who scored 61 goals, a player who scored 19, a player who scored 17. And Isak Hausen, who scored 6 goals, comes up and scores 2 here for them. And I think they were kind of looking at those other 2 players out there as when they came to Connor James and Ben Webster for the Des Moines Christian, who scored all those goals, and they kind of helped get Isak Hausen. He was on the other side of those 2 when it came down, and he was able to score those 2 goals. So sometimes that's the way it works in soccer. You spread them out, and you find the guy who's open, and that's what they did. And Isak Hausen made the most of it, put 2 in the back of the net, and that's the way we stand here. The West squad leading the East squad in this matchup of these 2 teams as we wrap up the high school soccer season. It was Regina winning the 1A title this year, Pella 2A, and Waukee the 3A title. And Waukee team was featured last night in part of the Menace game. And they're only losing, I think, one or 2 seniors off that squad, so they got a chance to come back and maybe repeat next year here in the boys' state soccer tournament. We're at halftime, 2-0 West over the East squad. We'll take a break, be back with more after this on CISN.TV.
Here's to everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields.
Hi, Ron here, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car's on the injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible. I know that. That's why you need to bring it here to Westside Auto Pros. I have a team of experts that can fix almost every automotive injury, whether it's a fractured joint, a brake, or if your car just got its bell rung, no problem. We can even do a complete physical on your car to make sure it's game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get it back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging it back here. Let's move it, move it, move it.
Get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community. You want to get stronger.
Here at Valley High School on CISN.TV, it's the Iowa Boys High School Soccer All-Star matchup. The West versus the East here in the West. Jumped out to an early 2-0 lead in the first half, and that's where we're at halftime as the two squads taking their halftime break and talking it over. They did have a break, too, for a water break halfway in between with the heat the way it is today. Sitting at, what was it? It was around 93. Let's see if it's still there. 92. We dropped a degree, but it feels like about 98 out there. So, and there is a bit of a breeze, which helps some. And then, as I mentioned, the fans are sitting on the west side here, which is shielded from the sun by the press box. So it gives them a little bit of relief as they're sitting out there watching their sons play soccer here, and thanks to you who are watching in on CISN.TV around the state, and maybe even out of state watching today. Appreciate you watching this matchup. Tonight we'll have the Des Moines Menace versus the Thunder Bay Chill. If you want to see some soccer, tune in. You can watch that one if you can't make it over here to Valley Stadium. And one of the highest level of soccer you can see here in Iowa. And the Menace off to a 6-0 start in the PDL, so they're having a good season. And we'll see what the strategy is. The East came out and put the pressure on a little bit against the West in that second half of the first half after the water break, and had a couple opportunities there. And so we'll see if the East can turn that around. And again, I talked about it. Couple of passes that were just kind of not right there, but that's something, when you're working with the teammates, and I'm sure these guys, you see a bunch of them there talking now from the East squad. You're talking about, okay, next time put that pass a little bit more to the left and I'll be there. And, they're quality players and they'll figure that out a little bit. And maybe the East can connect on a goal. They're, let's see, I think they will kick off to start. So we'll see if they attack right away, try to get in there and get up on the board and have this right away. And you get that first goal, and then it just kind of puts the pressure on the other team, and it kind of gives you a little more pep in your step too. So we'll see what happens here. The East coached by Zach Jensen of Newton. The West coached by Dan Webster of Des Moines Christian in this soccer matchup. Yes, they're slowly walking out. So for the East, here we got Ahmed Adala, Danny Peak up top. We got Cody Christofferson there. It looks like Abdallah will kick it off to Danny Peak as we get underway to start the second half in the Iowa High School Boys All-Star matchup here on CISN.TV. Boston Riley back there. Nick Radcliffe from Solon. That's Vance Bartlett who sent it up ahead. And battling for it, Radcliffe with Hawson. Send it over Abdullah, back in the middle. Trying to work it back to Abdullah. Can he get a shot? Defender's in there. Battling for it is Christofferson. And the West knocks it out. It'll stay with the East. So the West, or East rather, coming out trying to put some pressure on early in this matchup. We'll see Joe Bacon from Pella coming over. He lobs a high throw toward the middle of the box there. And, of course, on the throw-in, there's no offside. And now the West will try to slow it down and move it back up the field. But the East has other ideas. Here they come. Stone, Alex Stone, sends it across. Abdullah's there, knocked out by the keeper. And that's TJ Clucky, who's in goal now for the West. And his first action had to make a save, but some good play there by the East, but credit Clucky for knocking that away in goal. So the West now will try to move it back up ahead. Lob it up over the top. On the run-on. And through and a goal. That is Brock Hawkins of North Polk. Brock Hawkins gets on the board in the 43rd minute. Makes it 3-0. Well, the East was pushing ahead, and then the West just turned around and got behind them. Up over the top. Here comes the West again. Duque trying to run that down, and it'll go stay with the West. Kevin Duque of Storm Lake. In there, an offside call. As Duque threw it in and came in, and then he was offside when he came back in. So he got behind that second to last defender. So here comes East trailing now by 3. Cut off. Brock Hawkins back in there. Looking in the middle for Ben Webster. There's Preston Petticourt to Johnson. Drops it back. Jack Nuri Vankity's also back there defending. Battle for it on the far side. Sarlot Poole. And we're going to get a substitution here as Rosenbeck will go out for the West. And Earlbeck comes in. Out of Carroll Kemper. Here's the East. Stone sends it up, and a little too much mustard on that one. Or a midfielder from Cedar Rapids, Kennedy. So Clucky will send it out. Clucky came in, started the second half, and did a great job shutting off that shot by Ahmed Adala. Right away is Javier Huerta. Huerta played the first half for the West in goal. And now this goes back to the East. Jose Juarez over there, along with, that's Vance Bartlett over there for the East. Well, they were looking for Abdallah in there again. And here we go up the field. Hawson. Now stay with the West. They're in the red, East in the blue jerseys. Blake Van Essen throws it in. And Van Essen will cut through the tables. Those tables there were, well, you can't quite see them on the screen there, but it's where the fans sit. Now he comes back up. You'll see him come in there and throw it in. Up ahead, lead back. Nice play to Duque. Duque up ahead, gets by the defender. Sends it through. Goal by Ben Webster. The assist by Duque.
West All-Star goal by number 15 out of Des Moines Christian, Ben Webster.
Ben Webster gets the goal. And Kevin Duque with the assist. And talked about it, Webster, 61 goals, 35 assists during the regular season, and he gets a goal here in the All-Star game. He had 6 goals during the state tournament. They finished runner-up in that state tournament, losing 2-1 to Iowa City Regina. I think he had their 1 goal in that matchup, too, in the title game, if I'm not mistaken. Back outside. Well, the East will see if they expended all their energy here. See if they can turn it back around. Nick Radcliffe into the middle to Danny Peak of Linmar. Looking for Abdallah. Abdallah splits through the defense, gets a shot, but it's wide left. Couldn't quite bend that in against 2 defenders back there. Blake Von Essen and Drew Vogie of Harlan back there. Von Essen of Glenwood done a good job defending on the backside for the West squad. Run the ball down over there. Up high. Booted ahead by Mason Ashton. Radcliffe steps in. Over to Vance Bartlett. Looking for Abdullah again up top, but can't get it to him. And they'd pushed up earlier in the second half here, trying to get the score, and then they got burned. Here comes running through. Can he get it by? No. Another good stop by Clucky. And Clucky's already had a couple nice saves coming in here in the second half. Out of Adel DeSoto Minburn. Deep boot. Gets over the head. Abdullah. 1-on-1. Can he get by? Abdullah in wide. And again, East squad thwarted here in the scoring attempt. And they're going to say there was a little bit of a ricochet, so it'll be a corner for the East squad. Their first corner of the second half. Cody Christofferson take the corner, left footer. Cross low and is knocked out of there. Didn't get anything underneath it to get it up over the defense. Here comes the West again. They've been able to move quickly up the field. Drop it over to Jack Nuri rather. Over the top. Oh, almost got through there, but nice header by Palmer Schulte of Grinnell to head it out of the way. West will keep it in play, though. Jose Juarez. They send it across to Connor Wallace, a Waukee. He tries to get by the defender, has it taken away. Oh, and then a stumbling, a lot of tripping and stumbling as they're battling each other on this turf. Last one, you saw the little black rubber pellets that are in this turf go flying there. There's a couple scrapes of the cleats and maybe some tired legs in this hot turf today as the East really trying to get things back together. Got it inside there, battling for it. Again, good job defending by Blake Von Essen to clear that. And the East will bring in a couple subs. Looks like Abdullah is going to go out. And Alex Stone, I believe. Here's the throw in. Gillis lobs it high. Far side, they got to run it down. And they tried to clear it out of the goal. Out to the East. So now they got Matthew Yeager and Newton up high. There he is. He's playing that up, looks like the forward spot. And that's Walker Tatey over there. They try to get a few fresh legs in here. Danny Peak of Linmar. He's got the ball. Sends it into Vance Bartlett. But it's broken up. Back the other way, Jose Juarez from Carroll. Up to Juarez. Now outside on the run, Connor Wallace. Defender back there. And turned nicely by Palmer Schulte. Sends it up to Vance Bartlett. Oh, they were looking through the middle. They had Yeager on the run. But it ricocheted off the defender. And now they'll just drop it back to Clucky. And the keeper in the orange will send it back up. Preston Petticord there with it. The Johnston product. And the West content to just handle the ball, be safe with it here with that 4-0 lead. Now the East trying to get it down into the corner. And knocked out again by Clucky. They turn it. And they get a shot, and it's high. Well, man, you got to give a hand to TJ Clucky of Vadale DeSoto Minburn ADM. He's done a great job in goal back there as the East is trying to get back into this one. And that one gets over the head and in. Matthew Yeager. And just as I'm singing the praises, but man, that was a good play.
East All-Star goal by number
Matthew Yeager of Newton gets the goal. So East is on the board. But Clucky, there's not much you could do about that. That was headed up nicely over the top of him. And why does it always work that way? You're talking about a player praising him, but he still deserves praise. I mean, he stopped 3 nice stops, and that one just lobbed over the top. So the East, a little life here. Let's see if they can come back and get another one. This East squad. Still battling for it on the horse. Trying to get through it, but here comes the West. They're trying to counter back the other way. Cut off. And a little back and forth there between Mason Ashton and Connor Wallace. Ashton now in defending, and he just going to get it out of there, out of trouble, as Connor James was coming in on the run toward the goal, and it'll be a corner kick for the West, their first of the second half. And Connor Wallace out of Waukee. Put the right foot to it. Right across. Oh, just over the head there of Jose Juarez. The West will keep possession here. And then they lose it. And they send it up the other way. Foot race on. And there's a little bit of a push. And the official caught that. The foul called. I think that was Yeager. Got the elbow in there, knocked down the West player. Now comes East. Danny Peak turns it. Lobs it up in the middle there. Christofferson. Still trying to get to it. Defender gets it. Jack Nuri clears it up. So even when they're breaking through that back line, it's not easy. And then you got the quick counter always, as we saw there, out of the West. Now back for the East. Send it to the middle to Salgado, and he lobs it high to the right. And it'll go out the back for a goal kick. And Christofferson will come out for the East. And back in for him is Isaiah Swantz, Iowa Mennonite School. Large and small school seniors here in the Iowa boys soccer all-star matchup on CISN.TV. Thanks for joining us today. Taken away by the East. Up ahead to Yeager. Knocked away. There's Preston Petticord. Drops it over to Connor Wallace. Over the top, but the keeper is there as he was looking to get it back to Petticord. A couple of Central Iowa Metro League rivals there working together. Petticord and Wallace. Waukee and Johnston. Up ahead. And looking for the whistle was Hawson as he was going in, looking for the hat trick and got knocked down, but the official says no foul there. And was a foul, it would have been a PK because it was in the box. It would have been a penalty kick. But nothing there. And they're going to stop it here soon for the mid-half water break. Hawson gets it in there to Connor James. Lawson lobs it over. Taken by the East, but still fighting for it. battling through. Connor James sends it outside to Drew Vogie. Chips it across to Hawson. Hawson leaves it and just knocked away as Wallace was coming in. Blake Von Essen up from the back as the West is pushed up now. On the attack here. And as soon as we get a stoppage, I think they'll go to the water break as we're halfway through the second half. But not before the West wants to try another goal. And over the top, and that'll be a goal kick, and that'll stop the clock for the water break here midway through. Well, just over a minute through the halfway point. 19 minutes to play. 4-1 West-East here. And Hawson with 2 goals, Brock Hawkins with 1, and also Ben Webster with 1 for the West. Matthew Yeager with the goal for the East. So we'll take a break here for their water break, and we'll come back with more after this on CISN.TV.
The one that had it all, everything to get the work done, all in one place. G&L Clothing is your hometown Iowa store. Stop in and see us, or we're only a click or phone call away. Family owned for nearly a century. G&L Clothing, 1801 Ingersoll, Des Moines.
G&L Clothing, your size, your style, we got it all.
Hi, Ron here, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car's on the injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible. I know that. That's why you need to bring it here to Westside Auto Pros. I have a team of experts that can fix almost every automotive injury. Whether it's a fractured joint, a brake, or if your car just got its bell rung, no problem. We can even do a complete physical on your car to make sure it's game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get it back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging it back here. Let's move it, move it, move it.
On the pavement and big. Being in Des Moines, you just get it through the experience.
I'm a fan of a lot of our fast, casual cuisine.
A little theater, some great restaurants.
There's a lot going on musically.
If you can't find things to do in Des Moines,
You must be boring.
this is a magical place.
Big Silverado and crossover event through the end of the month. Save over 25% off select new 18 Silverado Crew Cab All-Stars. New 18 Silverado Double Cab 4x4 All-Star only $19.99 through its signing. Includes all taxes and fees. $349 per month. New 18 Trax only $19.99 through its signing. Includes all taxes and fees. $249 per month. New 18 Equinox LT only $19.99 due. Includes all taxes and fees. $249 per month. It's truck time at Schottenkirk Chevrolet on the west end of Hickman, Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
Well, we pause for a water break here at Valley Stadium in the boys' high school all-star soccer matchup. Dar Danielson with you on CISN.TV. The East has scored once here in the second half, but the West has scored twice to make it a 4-1 lead. The West led 2-0 on two Isak Hawson's goals in the first half. Brock Hawkins scored for the West in the 43rd minute, then Ben Webster in the 48th minute. Then in the 55th minute, the East finally got on the board with Matthew Yeager, had a header that he headed up over the goalie. And the East, which have been battling from behind since early in the match, trying to come back here. Problem is they found out when they push up ahead, the West can counter pretty quickly. That time it's knocked down Radcliffe of Solon. But turned around. That's Connor James into the middle. Battle for it, poked out of there by Alex Stone. Oh, and they didn't wind the clock. Yeah, there we go. So we played a little bit without the clock starting, and here we go. Back to action. They try to go up over the top there for Ben Webster. Man, this West squad just loaded with scores in there. That one lobbed in. The keeper comes out. He's still out, but had his back, West did, to the goal. Now trying to turn. Knocked away. Good job by Bo McMahon off the shot by Brock Hawkins. Point blank right to him. It was rising. It could have rose up and caught the top of that crossbar. Back the other way with it, trying to run it down, and he can't get there. Yeager. He's got the only goal for the East squad today. And he had 27 goals coming into this one, so he's no stranger to finding the back of the net. Here's the East trying to, almost snuck that through there with the Swans. That one's going to go wide. Yeager on that Newton squad that finished the season 14-6. He had 2 goals in their state tournament appearances. And has a goal now here in the All-Star game. As the East is not backed off, but just playing from behind, and they pressured up, and then the West has been able to turn it around and run on them. Good counters. Into the middle now. And that West defense has been stout back there, too. Oh, and there's a collision between the keeper and Yeager. Well, they're going to check Yeager. He's shaken up a little bit after running into Clucky. And, man, Clucky's played a great half here. He came in, start the second half in goal, and saved at least 3 shots there. And I think we're going to see Yeager go out just kind of as a precaution here to be checked out as he ran into Clucky down there. And Ahmed Abdullah out of Iowa City West comes back in to replace him. Dropped in the middle for Webster. Webster tries to send it back, but it's picked off by Schulte. West comes back with it. Duque, and offside. Offside called. So it'll be the free kick for the East. They're in the blue, the West in the red, the West squad. And Palmer Schulte kicks it up ahead. Grinnell product. Here comes Stone. Running through. Can he get to it? Clucky just lets it roll out. As Danny Peak was trying to get there, but Clucky came over to cut off the angle, but then let it go, knowing that he'd get the goal kick here. And here we go. Back to action. Webster gets it from Connor Wallace, gives it back. Wallace with the ball, keeps it, going through, tries to split the defenders, falls down, and going to draw the foul there, so it'll be a free kick. About 30 yards away out here for Wallace. Ben Webster and Wallace out there. Connor Wallace was shaken up in the first half, came back in, and he's still walking a little gingerly looks, and Webster lobs it up over there, header wide. But a beautifully placed ball. They're in looking for Kevin Duque of Storm Lake. And he got the head on it but couldn't quite get the angle to get it into the net. And Kevin Duque handles that. Still looking for it. Webster heads it back over. Now cross. Webster comes back over, heads it. Can he turn? Tried to drop it back there. Got up at a weird angle as he got a little too deep. Tried to then drop it back off and couldn't. And now throw back in. East over there. Palmer Schulte trying to control it. And it'll go back to the East. Heat taking its toll a little bit. You can see it now on these players. As liberal substitutions here, but still. And the East has had to expend a lot of energy trying to come back. Here they are with the ball now. Danny Peak looking for Abdallah. The West. Now we'll drop it back there. We'll build up from the back again. Clucky. Sends it up to Connor James, but it's headed out of there by Radcliffe. Up to Abdullah. Looking for Swants. Swants. Can he stop it? Tries to go back inside to Abdullah. Now turn, fire, but can't get around on it, is Danny Peak. And Clucky will just roll it outside. East cuts it off again. Up ahead. Can't turn it, though. Good defending once again. Jack Nuri. Lob it over the top. Connor James on the run. Racing there with Radcliffe. James turns. And it's off Radcliffe. Bounces back to Connor Wallace. Sneaks it in. Gets around the keeper. Crossing the easy goal. Brock Hawkins gets the goal. The North Polk in the 70th minute makes it 5-1 for the West squad. And just some good passing in there. And Hawkins then got the keeper out and had an open net and just rolled it in there. There's 10 minutes to play now. Under 10 minutes with the clock rolling. Tristan Gillis sends it over to the right side. So the West has shown their speed and their ability to counter quickly here today against the East, and that's been a key for them. Brock Hawkins came into this with 17 goals, 11 assists in the regular season, and now offside called for North Polk. North Polk finished the season at 12-2. So they'll move the ball back up to about the 41 by the football markings. And the East will, well, they're They didn't move it to where the AR was. They just moved it up and took it, so that's all right, I guess. The AR lines up where the offside was usually, and then you line it up there. Cutting through. Cross. Oh, misses. Just wide. Danny Peak of Linmar just about had East's second goal of the day as he broke through there and wide across right to left. 6 inches a little farther. Might have caught that post and ricocheted in. And that's been the little story of the day here for East. If it isn't the keeper, then they've been a little wide. Good defending back there for the West. Jack Nuri. But Ankeny's been back there along with Rudy Herrera. Also Preston Petticord of Johnston. Help them playing back. Some of these guys playing a little out of their normal position too here. Up ahead, Alex Stone. Tried to sneak it through, but it rolled off of Jack Nuri. Stone tries to keep it alive, does. Now gets it back, Abdallah. Oh, he gets by the defender. Nifty footwork there, but taken away by Nuri. Of Ankeny. And quickly up ahead, and they'll be offside. As Brock Hawkins too far. As we're around 7 minutes to play here in this all-star matchup. The West scored 2 goals in the first 6 minutes of the first half to take the lead and have never trailed. In the West, or East rather, only able to get one on the board, not after they trailed 4-0. Had several shots in the second half, but I talked about it. Clucky, the keeper who came in, is Duque. That's Duque with it. Drops it back to Connor Wallace. Wallace will tear the right footer. That'll go wide. Take some of those long shots and kind of burn a little bit of this clock off here for the West squad. So they have 4 players score the 5 goals. Isak Hawson the first 2. Brock Hawkins, Ben Webster, Brock Hawkins scored 2 goals there. So 3 players scored the 5 goals. Hawkins scored the 3rd goal and the 5th goal for this West squad. Now they just drop it back. And coming up on 5 minutes to play in the match. Oh, taken away Abdullah. Keeper's out, and Little just push in by Yeager. He gets his second, Matthew Yeager.
Goal by number 14, Newton's Matthew Yeager.
Yeager gets his second goal here in the 76th minute. Ahmed Abdallah on the assist in that one. They broke through. Got the keeper out. Yeager, that was one of the easiest goals he's probably scored there. And they cut it to 5-2. But just over 4 minutes to play. Gonna have to do a lot of work in a hurry. Even send this to overtime. And under the format here, if they did go to overtime, it'd be automatic shootout, I believe, in this all-star matchup. They won't play the extra period because they got the Menace game coming up tonight, so they can't take too long, although that Menace game. But anyway, that'd be what it would be. But a lot would have to happen yet here. 3 goals for the East. Outside to Abdallah. And can he run it down? He does. Stops it. Keeps it in. Now what can he do with it? Oh, nice in And defenders drop back, though. Back to Abdallah. Left footer off the defender, Nuri. And there's one by Vance Bartlett of Benton Community, but right to the keeper, Clucky. And that'll stay with the East. So coming up on 3 minutes to play. They need a goal a minute here to tie it up. Even I could do that math. 3 minutes, 3 goals. And it'll be Nick Radcliffe of Solon throwing it in. Gets it into Christofferson. Stripped away. Ben Hawkins sends it deep. Run on is Brock Hawkins. I said Ben Hawkins. That was Ben Webster. I'm sorry, that sent it deep to Brock Hawkins. I mixed up Webster and Hawkins there. Or combined them. So we'll see Christofferson going out for the East here. And back in for the East was Julio Salgado of Washington. Inside. Back into the middle. And a goal for Kevin Duque. Kevin Duque of Storm Lake gets goal number 6 for the West. And let me see here. Where are my notes? Duque. Kevin Duque came in with 16 goals on the season, 12 assists. And gets a goal here in the All-Star game. As we roll down to 1 minute to play, here comes the West. They're going to try to get another one. Lob it to the corner. Can he get there? And does not. The flag goes up from the AR. It went over the line, so it'll be a goal kick. And that may just about finish up this matchup. Ooh, a hard header off the face there by Salgado. 30 seconds. Pass through, and the keeper comes out, and a good job defending, though, too. Well, the East, they're going to try to lob that one up over the top, and that's going to go out the back. And credit Palmer Schulte of Grinnell. He did a good job back there on that last play to defend. And they don't have a ball boy over there, so it's going to be while the clock's going to wind down here. And that'll do it. The East will win this one 6-2. And we'll run it down for you. For the West, Isak Hawson. And they just announced Isak Hawson will be the MVP of the All-Star game. He had the first 2 goals, the first one in the first minute. Got one at the 7th minute to give them a 2-0 lead that held up to halftime. Then Brock Hawkins got one in the 43rd minute to make it 3-0. Ben Webster in the 48th minute made it 4-0. Then it was Matthew Yeager for the East in the 55th minute. Brock Hawkins got one in the 70th minute. Yeager in the 76th minute, and then the 79th minute, Kevin Duque to wrap up the scoring. 6-2, the final in the All-Star matchup. Let's take a break. We'll come back and wrap it up after this on CISN.TV.
And here, we don't just dream, we make history. by nearly doubling our clean energy as part of our 100% renewable vision. With this, our energy costs will remain some of the lowest in the nation. We'll create new jobs and boost economic growth. Our air will be cleaner, our state stronger, and together we'll advance this country's energy future forever. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service. This is Iowa.
Chevrolet Waukees big Silverado and crossover event. Through the end of the month, save over 25% off select new 18 Silverado Crew Cab All-Stars. New 18 Silverado Double Cab 4x4 All-Star, only $19.99 due at signing. Includes all taxes and fees. $349 per month. New 18 Trax, only $19.99 due at signing. Includes all taxes and fees. $249 per month. New 18 Equinox LT, only $19.99 due. Includes all taxes and fees. $249 per month. It's truck time at Schottenkirk Chevrolet on the west end of Hickman, Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
Here at Valley High School, the Iowa Boys High School All-Star Soccer match is in the books. It's 6-2 the West squad, downing the East squad today. And Isak Hawson is the MVP out of Sioux City West. He got the first 2 goals, one in the first minute, one in the 7th minute, to pace West to a 2-0 lead, and they never gave up that lead. And a reminder, if you saw the game, want to see it again, or you have family that get to see it, go to CISN.tv and you can see the game there. It'll be archived, and we appreciate you watching today. And so from Valley Stadium, that'll wrap it up here. We have tonight the Menace coming up at 7:30, but that'll wrap it up for the Iowa Boys High School Soccer All-Star match here on CISN.tv.